Hi guys. So today I'm going to continue uh, yesterday's writing a JavaScript to draw math graphics. So yesterday it's part one, and today now it's part two, and we're gonna finish this in 30 minutes. So now it's 7:32. We're gonna finish in 20 minutes or 30 minutes. We can do it. I'm pretty sure. So what we're gonna draw is this. It's a math curve, any one of these, and it's pretty easy. I'm gonna show you. So if you haven't watched yesterday, you can watch yesterday, but we're gonna do it from scratch. So let's begin. So what we're gonna do is first of all create a HTML file. Okay, save it. I'm using Emacs, so you can see all my commands on the upper left window. So save this as just random name xxxhtml. Okay, create a HTML template test2. Let's say test2. So that's our file, and create a JavaScript test2 link it, and the file is empty. Create it, put a date, console log, something. Okay, and we're gonna show this in Safari because in Firefox I don't have JavaScript on. So, but in Safari I have JavaScript on, and you can see Command Option I, the console log. It says something. That's good. So first of all, we're gonna add a div element. So xx x id xxx, and add a style. It's not xxx, it's ttt. Okay, add a style, and let's say border. Okay, border red, and see, we have a border. And now let's say, okay, so get element by id. Okay, document constant get element by id tt. And so what does that do is it grabs this div element, and we're gonna create a then we're gonna create a SG element. So I forgot my SG element. I forgot the syntax. So let's go to my JavaScript SVG reference. So create SG. Let's see if I can create element. Okay, create element namespace. Yeah, that's the one. So document create element namespace. Well, SVG SVG is XML, and it has a special. It's not just create element. It has create element NS for namespace. It's somewhat complicated, but let's just cheat and copy this time. So copy, go back here. Okay, there it is. Document create element NS, and you need this URI, and so this line create a SVG element. Then what we're gonna do is to attach this element to here. So what will happen is actually just this. well, let's just code it and we'll show the results. So so x so append child, yeah, x append child and svg1. So what this does is to append this element to this element. So that's the code. Save it. Let's put this at bottom. We don't need it really, but okay, delete it. Okay, so let's show in Safari. Okay, that looks good. And if you look at the debugger, you can see. You see, we added the SVG element here. Can we enlarge it? Yes. Okay. You see. Okay, so we got an SVG element. Now let's add a circle. We did this yesterday, so why not just copy the code? Copy. So create a circle. So this create a new element circle and add attribute cx is 80, cy is 80. Those are coordinates x and y, and radius 30. Fill red. Well, okay, yeah, let's do that. So go back to Safari and reload. Okay, that's not working. Oh yeah, we need to attach the circle to the SVG. So we're gonna do is SVG1 attach our circle. Refresh. There is our circle. Now what we want to do is to actually draw these. So what's the plan? So these curves are actually a parametric formula. So this is how they are generated, by rolling a circle inside a circle. But we don't care about that now. It's fun to do an animation. Eventually, you can write a JavaScript to create this animation. But for now, we just want to generate a static graphics like one of these, and that is done by a formula. You can see a formula. Okay, plane curves, epitrochoid, and hypertrochoid. So all these are variations. They just differ by parameter. So here is a parametric formula. Copy. So what we want to do is the okay, formula. We create a formula that's one parameter t, and it will create. So we're gonna write this formula first. That's what we're gonna do. So what should it return? It should let's have it return a vector, array in JavaScript. So the array is gonna be two parts. So the first part is that, the second part is that, but we gotta need the correct JavaScript syntax for the formula. So A and B are parameters, are constants. So let's define A and B. So A, B, let's say, I forgot what the proper value should be, but let's just say A and B equals to 1. So now we have a formula here, and yeah, let's forget about efficiency and everything about that. We just want to quickly get this done. Let's see if we can So okay, so cosine is in JavaScript, I believe is math cosine. I don't remember it's capitalized or not, but let's see at JavaScript syntax, JavaScript reference, math. So math power log sine cosine. Okay, it's lowercase. Trig methods. Yeah, so it's just lowercase. So math cosine. So what we're gonna do is replace cosine by that. Okay, and replace sine by don't need that. Don't need that. So a plus b math. Let's add a so it's easier to see. Math cosine t, of course this gotta be t sine t, and okay, so we're gonna replace all the square bracket by parenthesis, change bracket, square paren. Okay, so so that should be it. So let's see if our function compiles. So let's go to Safari and reload. Looks good. So formula, let's change it to FF, so saves typing. Now we got a formula. What we want to do is, first of all, let's try to put dots in it. What do you mean? So for example, if you look at the SVG, there are several elements. We can draw a line, square, circle. So what we're gonna do is we draw a circle, very tiny radius, so it's just one single dot, and then we basically, so this is a curve. We just gonna put lots of dots on it. Then later on we can change it to line. But doing lines is slightly more complicated. Let's just do dots first. So if we can do it dots in 15 more minutes, I'll call it a success, because then it's easy to change dots to line. I mean, the idea is just to show the basic idea of how to do this. So okay, so we have the formula, and now we want to create circles like that. We have to create huge number of circles, like hundreds, thousands of circles on the curve. So we actually need to write a function. So let's write a function then. Let's just say create dot, and create dot at x and y position, and also attach it to element. So what we want to do? Okay, create a circle SVG element and attach it to the element EL. Circle SVG create a circle SVG element centered on XY with radius R, and attach it to element EL. So yeah, so that's what we want to do. Create dot So we're gonna create a circle, so let's copy that whole thing here. So create a circle element centered on xy. So this is gonna be x toString. ToString is a function, right? Yeah. So here is the same y toString, and radius let's say 2 pixels, 3 pixels, and fill red. Okay, let's just try that. So here we are going to, so we create element, then we set the attributes for those, for the dot, then we attach it to append child to el. That's right. So here we have our function. Let's see if we want to. I'm using Emacs, my own JavaScript script mod, and right now it doesn't have a nice indentation. I haven't written it yet. So anyway, so we do it manually. So here's our function, and let's just try it. Let's make sure this function works. So we're just gonna create a dot and attach it to svg1 centered at 0 0 with radius 3, let's say, for example, and we forgot the radius here. Okay, we actually need, okay, so let's see if we got any syntax error. So Safari, reload. Oh, it looks good. Oh wait, can't find variable y. Can't find, oh yeah, of course, we got the typo here. Perfect. It's so smooth. Great. So now let's okay, so we are successful. Wait, are we? No, we are not successful because this function should added another circle. So for this one, let's comment it out because okay, actually, you see that little dot here? That's our circle. You see? So yeah, so there's something radius. Okay, so let's say radius 30. There it is. So the next step is that we want to use this formula to create thousands of dots. Let's do that. So okay, so we want to map. So basically map. Now JavaScript function is kind of silly. So first of all, we need a range of values. So remember, this function is t. So t goes from typically 0 to pi, like 0 to 3.14 or 0 to 2 pi. It depends on what parameters a and b are. So that the curve will be complete. They will form a complete loop. But yeah, so it depends. So but we can just try for a value. So first of all, we need to create a bunch of values for t. So we're gonna generate a array, for example, something like that. 1 2 3. So t values. So we're gonna generate that. Now in JavaScript, you don't really have a range function like in Python. So how do you do that? Okay, we got JavaScript in depth. That's my tutorial. So check it out. I hope you like it. I will. I appreciate if you check it out. So JavaScript in depth. So we're gonna do array, and here is array how to range function. There it is. So okay, we're gonna just use that. We're not gonna do fancy stuff. JavaScript is a language that pretty sucks a lot. Sucks even with uh, ECMAScript 2015. Uh, ECMAScript 2015 is a huge improvement. However, all the words, all the flaws of JavaScript is still there because they decided to be 100% backward compatible, basically. So, but anyway, to this day, you don't have a function to create a range of values. But and even if you do, like this code, the syntax and it's pretty incomprehensible. So anyway, so we have a range function. So here is n. What does this do? Okay, it just okay. That's not what we want because we want not just integers. We want 0 to pi, 0 to 3.14, but in increment of, for example, 0.1. So we actually need this function range. We can do it. We can do it manually and explain each step. How we construct this function, but that's gonna take too much time. So anyway, so here's a function range. So it will just create t values for us. So now it's good. Let's just do that. T values constant. T values equals to range. Let's say 0 to 6 in steps of 0.1. 0.1. Okay, that's gonna give us a lot t values. Now we want to map t values to create a bunch of this. So t values dot map. JavaScript, JavaScript, you have this object dot syntax. Anyway, so that's so the function is ff, and that should be it actually. So points equals to t values. So points should be a bunch of points. Let's console log show it, print it. So Safari, reload. Let's see. There it is. So great. So we didn't. It's very smooth. So you see, we get our arrays of values. Each array is a well, my roommate is calling me, but ignore it. Each element in an array is an array again, and that's two values. That's a coordinate. And so we got our points, and now we just need to map the points to. We're gonna do another map. So let's do another map. So this time it's gonna be points. 我不是，等会儿，我不是我。So t values. So we're gonna map t values points map. We're gonna map the create circle. Create dot. Okay, and so we're gonna map create dot attach it to svg1 xyr. So we need to, so r is going to be 3, for example, and xy is going to be they need to be actually vectors. So okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna write an anonymous function here. So let me show you here. So arrow function, element, a point, so that's xy array, and then here we're gonna so let's see, let's just say p. So what we're gonna do, oops, p 0 0 1. So this is what we're gonna do. So here's a function. We want to map a function to points. Each point is a array of two values, x and y. So this is the argument point p, and p0 is the x value, py is the y value. So we're just going to map it to, create dot. We're gonna create a lot of dots. So I think this should work. Let's hope it works. Okay, error. Okay, cannot find variable create dot. Okay, so that's probably a typo. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, typo. So we're gonna replace that. Okay, and let's see. We don't need that anymore. Okay, let's hope it works. Wait, what? Okay, so looks like all our points is concentrated over here. So what happens is, let's change the parameter. Let's say 20. Let's say 100, 200. Okay. Now I'm not sure where it goes. So what happens is, okay, hold on. Let's put this at the top since those are functions, and let's put this also at the top. That's our function, and tidy up our code a little bit. So from here on downwards, that's our real thing. And now yeah, increase the parameters, and let's increase the yeah, 2 is no good, so let at least 10. So we are plotting from 0 to 10. T values is 0 to 10. So let's do it again. Yay, that's very close. Now we want to let's say 100. Okay, so there is something. So okay, so the t value. So what happens is that in order to create these interesting curves, you can see each curve there are two values on it. That's the parameter. So the left is a, the right is b. So it depends on what parameters you use, you get different curve. So let's try one. Let's try this one, simple. So negative 3 over 7. A is negative 3 over 7. Oh wait, yeah, over 7. Now in JavaScript you want to make it a float, otherwise it may not be it may just give you the remainder, or the the divisor, the quotient, integer quotient, which you don't want. You want the actual decimal. So okay, we are using this one, negative 3 over 7, and b is negative 4 over 7. So let's refresh. Okay, so what happens is that they are you see, these two values are very small. They are, they are within one. So that's why all our points are like within 1 pixels. So maybe, I'm not sure this will work, but let's just try that. Um, Actually, if you want to do that, the better way is to multiply the whole thing by here. So we want to multiply the whole expression by 100. So, and here we don't want that. So this is how you scale the curve, meaning that you magnify the whole curve. So let's go to Safari, and yes, so good. So what you see, we are only seeing a quarter of it, because in SVG 0 0 is at this point, and x-axis goes this way to the right, but the y-axis goes down. We can fix that, but before we do, let's just so actually the parameter is wrong. Apparently that does not look this, but that's okay. We focus on get the JavaScript technology going. So let's fix one more thing, and that'll be it for this video. Let's try to center it, so we see the whole thing. Okay, so that what we can do is we add a you see, in SVG you can actually let's see, SVG you can create your own coordinate. So we have viewport, viewbox. Viewbox is the way to create your own coordinate, and the syntax looks like this. So you see, SVG, width and height, then you add a viewbox. So let's try the viewbox then. Append attribute. So SVG1 set attribute view box. What do you want to set it to? So let's say, so what does the value mean? First of all, we want to know what does the value mean. So x mean, y mean, x mean, y mean, x width, y width. Okay, so x mean is the coordinate of the top left corner. So x mean is, let's say, 100, and y mean remember SVG, the y-axis is reversed from the normal math convention. Y-axis goes down, increases down. So y mean will be, negative 100. Okay, so, and x width, y width, let's say 500. We're gonna do several tries. Let's say 200. Great, this is great. Okay, so we got so now let's say reduce it a little bit, 70. Don't magnify it so much. So great. Okay, so I'm gonna go eat. I'm glad this worked out, and I hope you learn something. I hope you like it. So if you like to see, let me know what you think, and let me know what you like to see next. Thank you for watching. Bye.